All right, emergency podcast. The Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer, the long-awaited trailer, is finally out, and we're here to give you our live reactions to this thing. Robbie, I literally haven't seen this. When I recorded it so that I could play it for you, I turned the volume down and I looked down at the ground. That's how religious I've been about not spoiling this. So what you're about to get in the next 10 seconds is my true reaction. I'm so stoked. I'm going to play it now, and then we can react to it, and then we can pause it on a second watch, okay?
Wait, was I not supposed to watch it already?
Okay, cut it out. You're fired. There were a lot of jokes in the text thread this morning. A lot of angsty people in there. All right, without further ado, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Here we go.
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ, come on, pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
I can't.
I knew it.
Oh, it chills with the mask pull down.
Dude, this suit looks so good.
Hi, my name is Peter Parker. You don't remember me, but
I have chills.
we
Oh my
used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me. Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, man. Dude.
Hell, Frank, you just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself. Mother.
Go home!
Oh, the language.
Sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart. What is happening to me?
Oh my gosh, the organic webs, the social media clip,
Excuse me, Dr. Banner. Dude, I need your help.
What?
What
Yes.
did you say your name was?
If DNA is mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Spiders have 3 life cycles. When between cycles, it can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger that we can't control. One we can't even see.
What the heck is that?
Stay out of my way.
You're losing it, kid.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a kind of rebirth.
Dude.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh.
That was so much better than I expected, and I expected it to be great.
That was way more than I was expecting. Last time we did this, it was just Captain America looking at his shield, you know? Holy cow.
So, okay, wow. They're adapting the JMS Other story. It's like from the late 2000s, where after it was kind of in the height of the Raimi era, when Marvel was trying to basically bring the comics more in line with what people were familiar with from the Tobey Maguire movies. They have Spider-Man go through this like metamorphosis process, and he comes out with organic webs.
Dude, can we just talk about that for 1 second? I made a social media clip in January, not related to this at all.
Right.
We were talking about something else, and this clip popped off about me talking about how he should have organic webs. I didn't honestly think at the time there was any shot that we were heading that direction now.
No. I mean, what's crazy is this is, again, like No Way Home adapted, like we've talked about before, like one of the most controversial Spider-Man stories ever and made it into like the most successful Spider-Man movie ever. This is also a fairly controversial story, you know, kind of it's from the same run. And I would never in a million years have expected them to do that. But I love that it now makes sense why they're pulling Bruce Banner in. And
he's helping with the science of it happening.
I mean, dude, it reminds me so much too of the 90s Spider-Man series did a ton of this stuff specifically to link Spider-Man into the X-Men. So there's like a whole storyline where he's kind of transforming
here.
Yeah, he's like transforming into like a spider monster, and he thinks it's a mutation. It is a mutation, so he thinks he's maybe actually a mutant, and they have a whole crossover with the X-Men, which is just kind of interesting since we are like on the eve of the X-Men introduction, and there's a lot being made of that. I don't think that that's what they're. I kind of hope they don't do something like that because it would confuse things.
Okay, holy cow. And I'm going to pause it. We're going to watch it again. I'm going to pause it. But so many other random things real fast. I love that Bruce says, "Who are you again? What's your name?"
Yeah.
When he walks up. So that's keeping that in line. Did you see that when he got the keys to the city? That was Mayor Fisk's assistant.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
who's giving
see
the
that.
keys out.
Oh, that's fun.
Just rapid fire other things I just noticed. There's one shot of him holding somebody and it's really gray in the background. I wonder if that's at all related to the Void. I'm not kidding.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to pause it in a second. I'm going to see if that's the case.
I think is the shot you're talking about the one that's like the straight up Amazing Fantasy 15.
Yes, where he's
homage.
holding a person under his right arm. Obviously Frank. I love the webbing up of his mouth so he doesn't have a potty mouth.
Dude, the whole like, and I love that he calls him Frank in that they have a existing relationship.
Yep.
And
Scorpion
I feel like
and his suit looked incredible.
Yeah, like it's every, like that piece of it looks like it's going to be everything that we've been wanting since like really Far From Home, which is like, let's move past like Spider-Man, the superhero in training, and like really have Spider-Man like the like young adult, you know, early 20s operating in the city like a known entity. And they are, I love the way that they're doing that without making it like even the key to the city thing. There's a little Spider-Man 3 in there, but like in a way that like I like as the setup now coming off of No Way Home, like you kind of see him in a different status quo. It just feels like they're like really moving the ball forward. And I love that.
Such a small, dumb detail, but how incredible was it to see him with a half mask on and then put it on? I know it sounds stupid, but in the MCU, we've hardly gotten that because he's had a nanotech mask and he was hiding it 100%. Like, I don't have that many scenes of, like in the Spider-Man video game, he'll be hanging upside down and eating pizza or something and then pull his mask up. We don't ever get that. That looks so cool.
We got like a lot of it, or a good bit of it in Homecoming, you know, when he's like eating the churro. And then in like No Way Home, because I just rewatched it recently, I did notice that
there's some of that.
Well, like once he loses the full Stark suit, I like that they kind of return him to like he pulls the mask on and off. And that's good because I don't love the nanotech like mask appearing and disappearing thing. But here, like I think what's really nice about it is they're also like, because of what they did in No Way Home, they are able to fix another like not problem of the original trilogy, but something that I wanted to see go away, which was this idea that Peter is just unmasked all the time. Because again, it's like the MCU kind of was founded on the idea that no one has secret identities. And most of the time we see Peter around like Nick Fury or Tony Stark or Doctor Strange, and they all know who he is. So it kind of makes sense that he wouldn't just be masked up like the Nick Fury, like you'd just be breathing through spandex and feigning anonymity for no reason.
Right. But
and
now we're
so
back.
I like that he is now like, because of what he saw happen to like MJ and Ned and May, he is like going to be desperate to protect his identity in a way that like he didn't take it that seriously as a high schooler because he didn't really know what was at stake. And now he does. And now it's like he's gone through so much to undo that mistake that it's like he's going to have that level of like really, it's going like the stakes of him letting that cat out of the bag again will feel really high for him. And I think that that's, you kind of need that tension with Spider-Man.
Oh baby, dude, this is gonna bang this summer,
dude. It also it just looks so good. It looks so good. Yeah, dude.
And what comes out after the third phase, if it survives, is a rebirth as he breaks the sword in half with the webs.
Like, and we'll see this as we're going back through it, but even just visually, it looks so good. Like the suit looks good. The effects look good. I love like the coloring. It's just a little like you said, it's kind of, there's more like gray and blue in general. It just looks a little grimmer, like not quite as like
that's true
bright as the originals, like or the original Tom Holland's.
That's right. If you look at the side-by-side of that cover you were talking about where he's carrying somebody under his right arm, because apparently he did something very similar in one of the other films, and I can't remember the exact, I don't know if that's the screenshot that someone took from him swinging with MJ, you know, when he's holding her or something. But side-by-side, the color contrast is massively different. Neither is good or bad, but it is not at all the same. Way less bright.
Dude, it's just like, I feel like, I mean, we'll see how it all like plays out, obviously. But like, this looks like the dream scenario, and that it's like kind of Spider-Man 2 hero, like trying like kind of down on his luck, except he's like, everyone kind of knows Spider-Man now. But then also like it's sort of the part about like, there are things about like the Amazing Spider-Man 2, for instance, that I think work. And I sort of like, that's the like, people like Spider-Man. He's the hero. You see him with like the fireman hat on. And then like, it's the kind of Tom Holland sensibilities. And the suit is the best of all of those. I think it's the best Spider-Man suit we've ever gotten.
Wow. Okay, let's watch it again. I guess just put your hand up or say stop if you need to say something. I'm going to break this down a lot though, because there was a lot in that trailer. So I will stop this often, okay? Starting over. Yeah. You ready?
I can't believe our first hit MIT. MJ, come on. Pretend like you're not the happiest you've ever been in your entire life.
So this must be like immediately post No Way Home, right?
I knew it.
I guess like a year after.
Yeah, and just the visual, very like Into the Spider-Verse, you know, hanging upside down on a high, whatever, a beam hanging across the city is so clutch. Yeah, could be really early on with that video. The plummet, and then including the shot of his eye from the inside of the mask, like Tony Stark style, which we've never seen before.
And the brown eyes, which are 616 Peter versus Peter B. Parker, who has blue eyes.
My name is Peter Parker.
Or actually, sorry, the Chris Pine Peter has blue eyes.
And even right there, by the way, it looks like he's still wearing some kind of web shooter still at that moment. Yeah. Which makes sense. And so he doesn't recognize Ned here.
You don't remember me, but we used to know each other. Something bad was going to happen, and the only way to stop it.
See, right there.
You're right,
is that not Mayor Fisk's assistant? So either she's still just doing his bidding, which makes sense, or she's the mayor after Fisk.
Or she's the mayor. Or like maybe she takes over after.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible that she's just doing, you know what I mean? That she's like, this is not a task that Mayor Fisk goes to, you know?
Yeah, but again,
I've watched one episode of Daredevil Born Again season 2, and I'm not, no spoilers, but like, as you know, at the end of season 1, vigilantes are not celebrated. So how did we get from there to this, where the mayor's office is doing this?
I bet it's something where Fisk leaves office, like steps down, gets forced out, and it's like the next in line. Like she's the next in line.
Either way, I love the tie-in. I just love when we're like, okay, we're all in the same realm right now. You know, that's a good thing.
Dude, I just can't get over how much I love that suit. It looks so good. It looks so good.
The only way to stop it was to make everyone forget about me.
So they're watching that on TV, him getting the keys, but they don't know who that is, or like they kind of I don't know.
Yeah, unless.
I know they know who Spider-Man is, but they don't know it's Peter, and they don't know who Peter is.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I figured that this was the case to some degree, but they are really making it look like they're like still members of the core cast here. So I wonder how quickly he is going to. We're getting snippets of this conversation that he's either rehearsing or having with them, telling them basically what he was going to tell them at the end of No Way Home and chose not to.
Right.
And I wonder how that plays out. Is he going to tell, is he just going to tell both of them? Are they going to find out somehow? I don't know.
Because I'm not just Peter Parker. I'm Spider-Man.
We have hardly seen any of that, though, right there.
Yeah.
The hell, Frank? You just hit me with a van!
Quit your whimpering. Suit yourself.
Dude.
Quit your whimpering.
I love, also just look at the shot, how you've paused it. It's such a, grittier New York that also feels very kind of Raimi era. It's not stylized.
Like the taxi cabs there and.
Yeah, it's so much, so much of the time whenever we saw him in New York in the Holland trilogy, it was kind of like a cleaner, brighter,
and we didn't see it a lot, by the way.
Right.
Mother.
Go home.
That's exactly the level of quip that I've begged for years. Again, not that. By the way, everything I'm saying is not to disparage the Watts trilogy. I'm just saying after that moment, I wanted him to be more adult. I wanted him to have the quips from the Spider-Man video game. And that's what the Spider-Man video game would do right there. You see me with the van, Frank.
No, totally. It does feel like that. It also feels like, I've always thought that in some ways the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, just the character, not the movies, kind of got the vibe right the most, in that he's kind of there's a little bit of arrogance to it. He's of there's some playful mocking rather than just the Toby's a little too nice and doesn't really joke all that much, and then Tom is a little too more young. And he's not totally sure of himself. But we always said,
that's right.
It's great to have the kind of to view the original Holland trilogy as an origin story in itself.
Yep.
But we always thought that the test of whether that was true, whether that worked, would be this new movie. Because if it looked like they were just retreading, then that also sort of defeats the purpose of making that into an origin story of a trilogy. So yeah, it's such a nice. And dude, again, I love this shot, the puddles on the street.
Yeah.
It just looks like
I'm pausing it unintentionally, but I'm pausing it on absolute masterpieces as I pause it.
It's just looking, it's silly because it's oh, look, it's just a very normal looking street. But having watched No Way Home recently, and again, recognizing that in a lot of ways that was hamstrung by COVID, so much of it feels kind of soundstagey. And you're just plopping him in front of not a green screen necessarily, but it doesn't really feel like he's in
for sure
a breathing environment. And
we saw this. They were actually filming this in in Europe somewhere. It happened. Yeah. People were able to witness it on the cross streets.
Yeah. It was Glasgow, I think, is where they filmed.
Somewhere. Here we go.
And sometimes Spider-Man has to do the hard thing, even if it breaks Peter Parker's heart.
So I wonder who that character is.
What is happening to me?
All right, and this is the metamorphosis beginning that I literally talked about on Instagram. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I had a couple of texts this morning that I didn't read that now I'm seeing to my left that are saying, okay, did you have some inside information? It's no, we were not even talking about that. I mean,
Dude,
that right
yeah.
there. That's it.
This is a straight up like a panel from that story I'm talking about, which again,
like coming
is a
out of the
story
web.
I
You
never
mean?
thought I would be talking about on an MCU podcast, but
I mean, I guess he would know this a little bit from his time with Toby, right? Because they had that whole discussion about the webs come out of you. So this would probably freak him out, but a little bit, I think he would be aware of that.
yeah,
Like right there, he's not wearing web shooters and he still caught himself. And so that's just him being analyzed. Like, what is that? Superior strength, superior agility,
heightened senses, enhanced perception.
Enhanced perception.
Dr. Banner, I need your help.
What did you say your name was?
Quantum physics in the background, by the way. Is that what was on the chalkboard? Did you see that?
No, I love that though. Dude, I also love that Bruce is in a kind of professorial mode, it seems. Like it feels like we're kind of like, I think what I love and you know, because we have this time jump, I like the idea that you have a version of Bruce that is now kind of at also a different status quo. Like he's no longer just like in the wake of Avengers Endgame. Like his life has moved on and I'm curious now, like,
you almost wonder if it could be almost a stand-in for Dr. Connors, where
no, that's
he
what
still
it seems
does
like.
Turn into an uncontrollable Hulk kind of thing.
Well, I mean, and like in the cartoon, like the 90s cartoon that I talked about, like whenever Peter's going through his like mutation disease, he's working a lot with like Dr. Connors and another scientist character.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
If DNA is mutating,
There's the wrinkle on the suit, by the way, that you liked. Like you see that his suit's kind of textury.
Yeah. Yep.
mutating, it would be enormously dangerous.
Okay, right there. This is a crazy hot take. I wonder if something is edited out there. Here's my. You want to hear the craziest bold prediction? That does not look like a normal launching thing. You know how he does that rubber band, like load it up and shoot? That's not what it looks like. I wonder if he's trying to grab Hulk and then Hulk jumps and that's how much he gets launched. So I'm just going to put this out there right now on March 18. If when the movie comes out, that might be Hulk on the other side of it and he's trying to slow him down.
Two things.
That's my
one,
guess.
Do we know, like I assume not, do we know for sure that Hulk is going to be in this versus just
No, I don't.
Bruce Banner?
I don't.
Okay.
I saw so many random things. I thought I saw that Savage Hulk might return, but I don't know if that's in Doomsday or I'm so confused and I'm intentionally shutting that stuff off. So I don't know anymore. I assume if Bruce is in it, that Hulk could be in it. So,
But it's also like, I wonder how much they can pack into one movie, without it being. But the other thing I was going to say, so I'm guessing my initial read of this is that it's like a, first Raimi Spider-Man, like him testing out his powers scene as he's getting new, right?
That's what they want you to think. I agree. Yeah, yeah. It's a hot take.
Dangerous. Spiders have
Even just seeing him go through the water tank feels so New York, like that. There's like those water
Which
tanks
is also
that play
like,
such a role in those video games.
Oh, dude, and in the like the early like Ditko comics, he's like always like on top of, around, falling into water tanks.
And this is like a Tobey Maguire shot, basically. Remember when he'd visit the grave all the time?
One thing that I think is interesting about this is like a lot of the stuff that would be happening here if he's going through this like metamorphosis thing, I would think would have happened if they were going to adapt any of the like black suit stuff, which they, again, they opened the door for in No Way Home, to where it would be like, oh, look, you're stronger. Oh, look, you can like do these other, like you now have webbing that makes itself. You don't have to use web shooters. So it does make me wonder if they're using all of that stuff now, if they are not intending to do anything with that, or if they do, if it's just going to be a totally different kind of a take.
Or in a perfect world, he eventually develops web shooters that help harness that power or enhance that power.
Yeah, but that still doesn't create a rationale for the black suit.
No doubt. We haven't talked about Sadie Sink yet. Okay. So I've
true.
read a couple of rumors. I've read some rumors. Obviously, the leading candidate is that she's Jean Grey. And that's going to be one of the tie-ins to the X-Men. I still don't know if that's the direction they're going to go. It kind of feels like maybe they eventually go, I don't know. I wonder if the X-Men stuff is just really going to wait until after Doomsday and Secret Wars. But she could be Jean Grey. This would be kind of a disappointment because I hate this character in the video game. But could she be Screwball? Because watch this shot here in a second.
When between cycles,
hold
it
on.
can leave the spider vulnerable to threats.
We are faced with a danger.
What's happening right there? It can leave the spider vulnerable to threats, and then why is someone mind controlling?
Like,
did you see them all react?
Like, is that woman, like, is he like freed her from some kind of like it's almost like she's in like a tank that keeps her from using powers, and now he's freed her, and now she is able to like control people.
Mutant powers?
We can't control. One we can't even see.
Like right there. What's that? What? Why are the soldiers all ripping their heads back? I don't know that one.
It feels like something's like rippling through like telepathically.
Here's my boy from Severance.
Yep.
My guy.
Can't even see.
That right there. Is that possible? That's Sadie Sink with Screwball?
Oh, maybe. I mean, I
know that'd be insane, right?
That would be a wild villain to make pivotal. Like,
right.
I could see her being an easy.
I only know her from the game, and she's annoying as crap.
No, but I mean, I think that's pretty representative.
That also might not be her, but it could be.
It does seem. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that like. It also makes me think of like the Tinkerer a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But we kind of did that in Homecoming, right?
Oh, we did actually. Yeah, that
little
Phineas
bit.
Mason.
Yeah. In the video game, Finn is a girl. So that could work here. But yeah, I think we've already done that.
Stay out of my way.
Yeah,
I mean that right there. Look at that.
Yeah,
that leg for Scorpion.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, we don't really know how Scorpion's going to factor into this stuff either. And man, I will say it's just so funny that they're doing the like mutation thing, because in that saga of the 90s Spider-Man cartoon that I keep coming back to, it's also him, like, as he's going through that, he like fights the Punisher. And at one point he like fights the Sinister Six, and it's all part of this kind of little arc where he's like,
well, there you go. Maybe there's more villains.
Yeah. I mean, it's just I'm so curious how all this stuff is going to connect. And yeah, it seems like there's some mystery villain that's at the heart of it that they're not revealing yet.
That's right. I feel like not a single one of these villains is going to carry the whole movie. Like, I don't think this is a movie about Spider-Man versus Scorpion. That's my feeling.
Right.
But if Scorpion's out there, maybe Frank was out trying to stop someone else. Like, maybe there are. That's what I've wanted. A growing six. It doesn't have to be solved in this movie, right? But like, we start planting that there are all these people that could eventually get together.
Yeah, and that don't necessarily
could be like
have
the
to
sixth
be like
movie. You know, him going against all of them.
He doesn't have to like deal with each of those villains in one movie. Like, they can continue to exist in the background as Spider-Man villains.
That's right.
Without it being a one and done.
He just stops them on this fight, but then they get away or whatever. Like, look at that shot, dude. That's New York City. That's Raimi, New York City there. Did you see that?
You're losing it, kid.
You're losing it.
And for those spiders who make it through, it amounts to a...
So that shot. Oh, first of all.
Dude, that's Boomerang.
Oh, in the background. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, that's that's crazy. Is Boomerang in the video games?
No. You just wonder how much of this is going to be like Mole Man in Fantastic Four, where it's like it's world building. You know, it's like, hey, here's other villain. Like, does this all happen in 1 minute? Where it's like, hey, look, he's been fighting people,
dude. Yeah,
or is this like part of a Sinister Six setup? You know,
right? Yeah, this could totally be like beginning of Fantastic Four, like Space Apes stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And for those spiders who make it through, this right here, this.
Yeah.
Like, that could be totally unrelated. That also looks like kind of like the Void era, doesn't it?
Right.
It amounts to a kind of
Dude.
The hand and his eyes turning black or something?
Yeah. Wait, dude, show it again.
Rebirth.
Oh, you see that though? Yeah, last
Dude.
thing. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Rebirth.
Rebirth.
And then one final joke that I just love. Right here.
Nice flowers.
Oh, they're a housewarming gift.
I'm MJ.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.
This is one tiny last detail. I love how much they feel like they've aged up MJ appropriately.
I know.
She's doing a great job of visually, and her vibe looks a lot more like she's 19 or 20 and not 15. It just looks like it works for her, and it feels appropriate.
No, I mean, I can't remember if we talked about this on the podcast or not, but I've thought that like a little bit more of the character that Zendaya plays in Challengers, where she's like kind of older and confident and has the swagger, I think. And you do start to see even the way she's kind of flirting with that guy versus like in high school, she's sort of a little bit more reclusive and like closed off.
Oh, dude, there's a lot to break down in that. We will be talking about it for weeks. This movie comes out in July. It's now March. So actually not as far away as you think, but we're going to be talking about it in the podcast. I'll give one last pitch too. If you're just finding this podcast, we're so excited to go through Daredevil Born Again season 2. I've seen the first episode and it feels like maybe now it's going to tie. Did you love it? I
did. I'm also just curious because you've talked about this even before the screeners. You and I have both only seen the first one, so this isn't a spoiler, but there have been a lot of comments about the amount of the Netflix lore that it's kind of leaning into. And so seeing the hand here does make me wonder if that is something that we get again in some version. I mean, there's a lot of potential Daredevil connection just based on this trailer, like the mayor thing that you flagged, Frank. The hand. So, I don't know.
It's important. Maybe you got to be following along with this podcast and get your comic books from panelboundcomics.com. They have all the best comic books, and you can use our promo code FriendsFromWork to save money when you're purchasing comics. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting. Please like, review, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and we'll see you back here next week on Tuesday talking about Daredevil Born Again Season 2, Episode 1.